Okay, let's talk a minute. I'm gonna wait for London Moore to jump on. I'm gonna do a video on doll casting, but not tonight. I have to make another mask in order to do it. Let me see if London's gonna jump on. Just gonna hang out here a minute until, especially London. But I'm also gonna talk about something else too. My weakest, my weakest, my weakest link to this business. I'm going to say my weaknesses. Let's say this right. My weakness is promoting. I think that is one of my biggest issues. Is that you, Lyndon? Say something if that's you, because I'm going to talk about the dwell casting. Right now, I'm not going to pour a mask yet. I can't do that tonight. Too many bugs. Who's here? Who's here? Say hello. Hopefully that's London. Wow, getting quite a few people on. I'm going to talk about dwell casting, and I'm also going to talk about my mask I have on eBay. All you have to do is punch in Michael Myers, and you'll see the mask, Michael Myers mask, and you can see the mask. My weakest, I want to say my weakest area is definitely promoting. Promoting is probably my weakest link. I have to get better at promoting and how to use all these outlets. I promoted on a couple things today or yesterday. I put my mask on eBay, and it's only been on for a day. What's up, Crusher? I'm going to talk about my weakness, and also I'm going to talk about dwell casting for a friend. I'm not going to do a mask tonight, but I will talk about it for him. So he wants to dwell cast a mask, and I don't want him to make a mistake. So let's talk about. I'm waiting on London Moore to come back on. That's who I'm waiting on to join the chat. As soon as he comes on, I'll be able to talk about the mold. But until he comes on, I'll talk about my mask on eBay. I have the mask on eBay. It's listed at 250. Bidding only. I'm just trying to test market I guess the mask. See what happens. And my weakness is definitely promoting how to use all the different groups. I advertised on a couple groups, and they took it down. Obviously, they had rules on their groups that you weren't allowed to advertise something you were selling. I guess I don't know. I don't know exactly what the issue is, but there was a guy on my chat a couple videos ago, and he had suggested, Crusher, if you can remember this. Yeah, Facebook groups. I need some really good mass collecting groups where I can post my link to my eBay sale without getting booted off. I want to link. Send the link to my. So I need some links. Well, he suggested whoever. I'm trying to remember who that guy's name. What his name was. But he suggested one of these groups, and it was some sort of mass collectors group. Do you remember that guy coming on and talking about that? Yeah, send me that, Crusher. Just let me know what the group is, and I can send. I have to reach my biggest. Like I said, my weakest link is being involved with the right groups and getting people to see. Yes, I know. But where? That's the where. On Messenger. All right, great. Send it on Messenger. Send me all the links you can possibly send me on Messenger. And then I will add them to my Facebook. And I know about Michael-Myers.net. I've been, it's funny. I forgot all about that website. Uh, but I discovered a mask called the Knife Wielder by Prowler Productions, and I bought it back in 2001. And I don't think he's in production anymore. He's out of business. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's okay. His name was Ezra, and I have masked. Okay, London. London just gave a message. He can't. Okay. Michael Meyer. Oh yeah. You know what? That's and what is that? Is that a group? Buy, sell, and trade. It's called Michael Myers Mask Collectors. Buy, sell, and trade. Is that a group? Okay, it is a group. Great. And what I'll do is I'll get on there tonight and actually try to send that, put that mask on. Crusher, do me a favor and look up Michael Myers mask, and you'll see my mask on there, and take a look at it. It's it's on eBay anyway. I just woke up. I took an hour and a half nap, and I'm waking up, and it looks like you're getting ready to get storms here. We got dark clouds coming in from the west, and the oceans over here in the east. That's what it is. This side of my porch is east, and that side of my porch is west. And anyway, let's get back at it here because I'm tired. Not awake. I'm not awake. It's not that I'm tired. I'm actually very awake. I feel great, very refreshed. But let's talk. Okay, so my weakest problem, and I'm going to need your guys' help. I'm going to need your guys' help to help me promote because I'm not real good on the computers. I mean, as far as the tech savvy, not so much tech savvy. It's hard to explain. Social media stuff. I'm not real big on social media. I mean, I do Facebook, the basic stuff, but I don't even do Instagram that well because I don't know exactly how to put the pictures up and how to get the video. I don't even think you can do video on Instagram, can you? I don't know too much about Instagram. I think I should start using that. TikTok, I don't even want to mess with. I don't like TikTok. If there's other outlets to use, I would like to use. I'm not going to start putting things on my website until I see how this mask goes. Probably over the course of 6 months to a year, we'll see how this. We'll see, if the mask really takes off, and just depends. Just depends on what it does. If it turns out to be, an average 200, well, I can't go below 250. There's no way I can go under that number. That's why I listed it at 250. But bottom line is, yeah, I have to get better at social media. Yes, I'm going to look that up. It's called Michael Myers. Yeah, just it's crazy. It's just that I'm really kind of in a corner with the social media stuff. You know what I mean? I'm doing the YouTube, but is YouTube reaching all the people? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I know that this is my weakest link. It's going to be it's going to be promoting, and you can make Instagram posts too, brother. Use hashtags. Okay, hashtags. As far as hashtags go, yeah, I know what a hashtag is. Yeah, it's lagging. Is it I'm lagging or you're lagging, Crusher? It might be because I'm out on the back porch, away from the internet. Thanks, Horror Collectibles. Definitely, I will. I will definitely. I will definitely do the how-to on Instagram because I want to do the videos. But can I? A question is, can I share my link to eBay to Instagram? I can do it on Facebook. I've already done that on Facebook. But I've made my Facebook kind of private. It's not, it's like I have it set for friends. Like it's not going out worldwide every time I put a post because I don't want, you know, my problem is I got too political on Facebook. And as long as I'm not putting stuff out there globally, you know, I don't have to, they don't bother you with the political stuff. But as soon as you, but I'm gonna have to stop doing Facebook. I'll stop doing political shit on there too. I don't even care anymore. You know, nothing ever changes. So what's the difference? Never makes a difference in my life. Whether don't matter who's in the office. So, I mean, hurting us now, but that's besides the point. Let's not talk about that. I just want to be able to advertise further. I have to be able to reach a lot more people, and in order to do that, I'm going to have to open up the floodgates on my Facebook a little bit wider to promote more. Uh, so I'll have to be extra careful on the stuff that I put up there because I don't want my Facebook being shut down. So, um, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my social media absolutely for just the business. That's what I've decided to do. I thought about it. I said, you know what? No more bullshit. I'm just going to use my social media platforms, all of them, strictly for this business to try and, you know, really get out there to a lot of the people. So, anyway, I'm still trying to wake up. I can't have coffee, which really sucks. I can't even have the decaf for crying out loud. Stuff gives me the diarrhea real bad. I can't, as soon as I drink that stuff, man, I'm running to the toilet in a half hour. Can't do it. Destroys my gut. But man, maybe I'll suck down some tea later on. I don't know. I drink a lot of herbal tea anyway. A lot of herbal tea. So yeah, that's my weak link is definitely social media and promoting this mask. And I'm going to need all your help out there. You guys are watching my videos on on here. You know, share it, share my stuff. Anytime you guys reach out to me on Messenger if you need pictures, anything that I'm doing, just help me promote this thing. And you know, that's you know, and anytime there's questions you have about doing, you know, like mask making process, anything like that, you know, I'm always willing to share all my information with you guys. I don't really care about that. It actually helps the channel, you know, it really does. by sharing my knowledge as I'm learning it too. Because 9 times out of 10, I only learned it a month prior to showing it. You know what I mean? So and sometimes I see it on YouTube and then okay, experiment with it and try to sharpen that tool a little bit better, make it a little bit better for what I do. See, when you're dealing with latex and mask making, it depends on where you live. Like down by you, Crusher, in Puerto Rico, you're tropical. You're tropical. You got a lot of humidity. Latex really takes a long time to cure. So, like if I dwell cast and if I was in your neck of the woods down there in Puerto Rico, if I poured latex in there and let that sit, it would probably take 5 to 6 hours for it to really thicken on the walls good enough to where I can dump the rest out. And then, but up here in the northern region of the hemisphere and Jersey, uh, you know, it takes 2 hours, 2 hours of dwell time, and it's it's done. 2 hours, and I pour that back out, and I've got a fairly thick mask, not too thick. The reason why I don't like making them way too thick on the small mask is because you'll have the thicker the mask, the more shrinkage, and you don't want the mask to shrink up to the point where it don't fit on your face too well. So you keep your masks probably a little more than a 16th, but not quite an eighth inch thick. An eighth is about the maximum a mask will thicken in a dwell casted mask. It won't go any thicker than an eighth inch. Most masks will not go any thicker than that. When you dwell cast it, you can let it sit there for 10 hours. It'll only go to a certain thickness, and then the the rubber creates a barrier as it dries. The thicker that, it gets to about an eighth inch thick, the rubber, I can hear thunder, guys. It's coming. So can smell the rain now too. Wow. We're probably within 5 minutes. Check it out. Listen to that. Here it comes. We'll sit through we'll sit through the thunderstorm together. What do you think? So anyway, yeah, yeah. The rubber stops the moisture from being pulled out into the mold. See what the mold does? What I'm pointing at right here, that's the mold. That's the inside of the mold. All right, and the hole's right there, the neck. Let's just go over in there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this mold is upside down. You can see the face. See the face right there? There's the nose here. That's the nose right there, and there's the two eyes. The two eyes. The chin is right up underneath of this, right here, underneath of here. All right, and there's an ear here, and there's an ear on this side. Now what happens is I'll pour latex about halfway up, maybe not quite halfway, but I'll pour about halfway up. All right, then. First thing I like to do is moisten with a spray bottle the inside of my mold. The reason why that is because it does help keep your bubbles forming. Like when the latex is up against this wall, you don't want any bubbles on the wall of this at all, no matter where it's at in here. You don't want any bubbles, because when a bubble forms on the actual face of the wall, when you pull that mask out, you're going to see a hole in your mask. All right, so no bubbles. All right, so in order to get rid of the bubbles, I wet it, and then I use a vibrating table. I made my own vibrating table, and it vibrates the mold, so it comes out. If you want to help the mold a little bit, you can take I use a long brush. I make my own handle for it, and I get down there, and I get into all the crevices when the latex is in the mask. Up to about here. I fill it up to about here. all right, all the way around, all up around the neck area. And then I make sure none of the air bubbles are on the wall of the mold. I put I take the brush and I go into all the little crevices and I make sure there's no air bubbles. And then I turn the vibrator on and I let that, and I fill this up to make sure that this thing is level. And I fill it all the way up to the very top. All right. Then most times I'll put a piece of cellophane over top of this and let that sit for 2 hours. Then you pull the cellophane off, you pour the excess latex back into the bucket, which is over there. All right. And then you let this sit upside down. It's actually right side up on top of the bucket and let it drain for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you take this off, and then I usually set it back in here, and then I'll cover it. Usually I'll just cover it with this. I'll cover it with that to keep the bugs out of it and stuff while it cures. At nighttime especially. So that's what I do for the dwell casting a mask. Okay, now that we covered that, why don't we go back into my computer? Because I want to come back out here and watch the storm with you guys. That'd be cool. I can hear thunder. It's coming. Yeah, it's dark. It looks like it's a little bit to the snow. It's literally due west, the storm. I can see right over top of this shed. I can see a little bit of pinkish sky in the very furthest distance. It's a little pinkish over here, but I keep hearing thunder, so we'll see. Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot buckets. That's what I use. Got tons of Home Depot buckets. All right, I thought I locked my door. Let's check the. I'm in my studio over here by my computer. Oh. Close all this stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop doing all the. Let me refresh this. Let's refresh. All right, let's go to here. Well, we're at 111 views so far, right up here. There's one bid. Yeah, that's the mask you're looking. That's what you're looking for when you guys go on to check it out. I have all these different masks. I left the ones that I know it's not fancy or anything. I left the ones that are in daylight, so you're outside. You actually see a really good picture of the mask, and you can see the features real good. You know, so you can look at those. And then I have these fancier ones here. Let me see. Yeah, I did the display. Yep. Yeah, so that pretty much. So this is the eBay. And all you do is, I have it listed as Michael Myers mask made by Custom Corpses, Night Creeper 78 in parentheses. I think I am. But I didn't think I could advertise on there on eBay like my mask being on there. I have to actually reach out to them and ask them because sometimes some of these groups have, rules that you can't advertise your mask to sell. In other words, they frown upon you putting a link to your mask on eBay. I think some of them don't mind if you put a link to your website, which I have a website, but I don't have anything on there yet. Um, I'm not really officially using my website yet. So anyway, my weakest. Yeah, I mean, you're a collector, right? Horror collectibles. You consider yourself a collector, or are you just a maker just like me? I'm not much of a collector. I shouldn't say that, right? You know what I mean? I guess it's because, I got this. I can make whatever you know what I mean? I can make if I want a specific it may take me 12 months, but I don't even own one of these yet. I didn't make one for myself, which I maybe somewhere down the road I will. I'm 60 years old. Um, I'm way overweight, so I can never play Michael Myers. So I would look retarded with a Michael Myers outfit on. I shouldn't use that word, but I did. Yeah, I wouldn't look too good in a Michael Myers outfit, regardless of how good the mask looked. Oh, funny stuff. Yeah, I don't think it'd be a good idea. So it's like my brother now. He looks pretty good in the Michael Myers outfit. He's 6'6". He's a big dude, and that's what I do. I dress him up. I think I'm going to buy him a set of boots. I need to get a set of really good boots, but I need his size. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find his size. He's got a big feet, man. Actually, he don't have big feet. I got to find out what his size is, and then I'm going to try and look for boots that'll work for him for his costume because he walks around in black sneakers, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. It's got to be the real deal. Get the whole costume. Yeah, Crusher. Yeah, there's one bit on there. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yes, that's a start. We'll see what happens. I was looking at Nick Malpagano's 13 mask on there. Man, that thing's all the way up to like close to $1,200. But it's only got 1 day left on there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look up the Jungle Boots. I don't even know if they make those anymore. I don't know. I don't. I'll have to look them up and see if they even make them. You guys can bid if you want. Some of you guys, Crusher, you got a mask already on its way to your door, my friend. You want a mask, and you guys, you're living down there in Puerto Rico. You guys went through hell a couple years back with that hurricane, and you know you're a young man. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that mask. You really are. You're gonna have some fun. You're gonna pop some eyes and scare the pants off of some girls. Um, Maybe that's politically incorrect either. All right, so rephrase. You're gonna scare their butts off. How's that? That's even better. I can't even imagine. You guys didn't have water for a long time. It's just nobody knows what that's like until they live through something like that. There's no way to tell. I was Our property was hit partially with a tornado. Picked up our boat right out of the front yard and put it right in the middle of the street. And the back of the house, a big tree got knocked over. No damage to the house, but boy, it sounded like a freight train coming through the property. It was scary. Window blew in on the south side of the house, and all kinds of debris just came straight into the house. We ran for the basement. Um, Never heard anything like that in my life. That is the scariest sound in the world, being hit in the middle of a tornado. Pretty bad. So, yeah, I was going to sculpt tonight. I don't know. I may do it. I may do some more sculpting tonight on my sculpture over here. Oops, almost dropped the phone. I got the sculpture right there. I don't have my lights on. I got to put my lights on. But yeah, I want to try and I have to promote the heck out of this. If you guys want to share the link, help me share this out to all the you guys. Copy the link and post it on these all these places for me on Facebook and stuff. That'd be great if you can really help me out that way. Um, the more people that see this, the better chance I have. I mean, you guys love the mask. Obviously, you've made a lot of great comments about the mask. I guess I'm not trying to downplay it too much because I see this mask every day. All right, so it's not like it's like knocking me out of the ball, and plus I see it right in front of me. So I don't have that oh my God, that looks amazing. I was trying to weather a mask today, and I just couldn't get my butt into it. Robert, what's this? I have to look at messengers on the other thing. I'm live right now, so I can't do that. My business my business. I just got text from something from my business, so we'll see. We'll see what that's all about. But yeah, I'm gonna see how this goes. I have to see how it all goes. Yeah, and like I said, I see this mask every day, so the novelty has worn off a little bit. The honeymoon's over. So I see this every day. Although I think that this is one of my favorite shots of this mask right here. It's just the light hitting it just right. You can see all the shadowing. You can see all the to the custom corpses. Okay, cool. Okay, now here's the problem. I can't like sell this mask on something else too. It has to all go through um, eBay right now because this is listed on eBay, and if I can horror collectibles, if I can send the link to um, that thing you're talking about, that's what I really need more than anything else. Is I have to be able to send the link to my eBay and share that. Yeah, that's basically what I've found. A lot of these uh, buy and sell things, they don't like it if you're not selling directly on their site. If it's actually a collector's place where people buy and sell the masks. Right now, this is all about test marketing. This has nothing to do with actually what the price. It's going to give me, if I start getting bids on this thing now, I don't. The one thing I can't see is where is there anybody watching this? How do I find out where they're watching? Do you guys know anything about eBay? I'm not real good on eBay either. Trust me, I don't do a lot. I don't do eBay. This is all new to me. So where do I look to see who's watching? I mean, if you look here, I see views. All right. I don't see. I don't see. I don't see anything where I see watching here, but that's if I'm watching. That's not. I don't want to watch. I want to see if anybody else is watching. That's the key. How do I do that? Oops. I'm going to have to rewrite my custom courses. The whole thing on how I talked about this mask because a lot's going into it. I didn't talk about. I spent 2 years really making this mask. Uh, it's been molded 3 different times. The first one was ridiculous. It was horrible. Then I retooled the sculpture again, and then I molded it again, and I still didn't like it. So it took 3 times to get to where I'm at now. So literally, I'm going to say I've been sculpting this sculpture for 2 years, 2 years to get this to where it's at. And, I say 12 months all the time, but that's only because that was the last change that I made was 12 months. And the very first time I did this mask, the very first attempt at this, I only spent 30 days. 30 days. And I thought, oh my God, that took a long time. Ha! And then I started finding out from other sculptors that they work on it for a year, 2 years sometimes, making a really good mask. And I get it. It's it's not easy to do this mask. It really isn't. It's not an easy task. It's if you don't have patience, don't even attempt it. If you're, I mean, I'm sure there's an artist out there that's absolutely amazing and probably blow it out in a week. You know what I mean? But I think what it is with this mask is the more you do this mask, the more familiar you get with the shape, the way it's got to be fit, everything. It's by hand, your touch. You're touching that clay. You're shaping it. You start to really understand the features and everything. So I'm going to say I have to rewrite that because this thing is 2 years in the making, this mask, and it's been retooled. That's what I call it, retooling the sculpture 3 times to get it to where it is now. And it's work. It's a lot of work, and a lot of people. Oh man, I mean, I got friends that are in this that aren't really in the business, and they know me from my other business, and they think I'm probably crazy for getting into this business at this age. But I differ from that because I can't see myself doing the other business for many more years. I'm getting older, so I want to do something that is almost residual. And why I say that is once you get through the sculpting and once you get done the mold making process, then it's just pour the latex in the in the hole, pour the latex back out, pull your mask out in a day, and let it cure, paint it, hair it, and send it off. So once you get to the point, go for it. Um, Go ahead, Kane. Send me a message. Uh, Once you get to the point where your molds are done and you're just basically putting latex in there, pouring it back out, and within 2 hours you got a mask made. I wouldn't say made completely because you have to do all the artwork to it, but it takes a couple days for it to cure before you can paint it and all that stuff. So I put my mask in there. I put my latex in my mold, let it dwell for 2 hours. I pour the remainder out, and then I have to let it sit. I like to let my latex sit in there overnight, at least 24 hours. 24 hours, that really dries up the latex pretty good, so I don't have to worry about the latex being deformed or anything. Because if you pull it out too early, you'll ruin the mask. So I let it sit overnight every time. So I let it cure for about 24 hours. Then I'll pull the mask out. Then I'll stuff the mask and stick it on a headstand or something for at least 3 days, 4 days. I want that latex to be fairly stiff, because I usually do thick masks, but not too thick, but thicker. So I let it stiffen up, and then it's ready for painting. Once it's stiffened up, because you can't cut the eye holes out and all that's the ear holes and all that stuff until you are. Pipe Master, what's up, brother? Yeah, I went on here to talk about the mask and everything. I'm talking about the eBay, and I got the picture of the eBay account up, and I want you guys to share as much as possible to all your friends and your connections on the because I Pipe Master will tell you, he knows I'm not real good. I'm not real savvy with the social media stuff, or I'm very minimal of what I know. And yes, I'm looking at. I saw a notification from you, Horror Collectibles. Let me see it up here. See it up here. You gave me a notification right there, Horror Collectibles. So I'll read it in a little bit. Once I get off of here, I'll go back and see what all these comments are about. So yeah, doing this live and letting everybody know that this thing's it's up here. You guys are been wonderful. You've been following me throughout all these videos. You're constantly there all the time, and it's basically the same people that come back. Crusher, you're always you know what home. It's unbelievable that you watch me that much. I'm very thankful. I really am. Because you're always on whenever I come on. Pipe Master, same thing. He always comes on. And now, Horror Collectibles, you come on as much as you. I just, all you guys are really great. You know, and I try to talk to everybody that comes on, especially new people. Haven't seen D's balls in a while. I think he was a little upset because he didn't get a mask. See, you want a mask. I forget what the trivia question was. I forget what we even did. But you want a mask, and it's funny. I haven't seen these balls ever since Crusher won his mask. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that was it, or maybe he's just busy. It's summertime. Everybody's working. It's when everybody makes their money. So anyway, what else was I going to say? Yeah, help me advertise this. You guys are real good with social media and TikTok and all that. I don't really use TikTok because I don't know anything about TikTok and don't really care to. But I do like to use Instagram if I can get better at it. Um, yeah, it's just this is my weakest link is definitely social media. How to reach all these people and everything. It's funny. I started sculpting and started. Bo Norton. I haven't seen these balls in a while. So I mean, maybe he's busy. He's just working or something. He might be really busy. Um, Bo Norton. So I'm going to need your guys' help to get me through all this with this advertising and everything. So right now we got one bidder, and we're hopefully this thing climbs a little bit. Don't have to be real high. I just want to make sure you think it's a good mask. Oh, I mean, you can check it out. You can see the additional pictures that are there on the side. Um, if you go to this, you go to eBay. This is all on eBay right now. I just put it up last night, so it's going to be on here for at least another 6 days. Let me see how many more days. Nope, 5 days and 21 hours. Okay, so it's just under 6 days. So, I also learned something about doing things on eBay. You want to make sure, like I'm going to have to do this next time. I'm going to make sure that my 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 masks. I want to try and make it to where whenever I put a mask up here, I'm going to put it on a Sunday, so this way it ends on a Sunday. I think it's better because there's at least people are home. If it ends on a weekend, I forget who told me. I think these balls told me that. Not these balls. Oh, come on, man. Pipe Master. Pipe Master and these balls. Interesting two names. Anyway, Pipe Master, I think you're the one that actually suggested making sure that the what am I reading here? Oh no, okay. The end of the eBay bidding happens on like a weekend day, like Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So if that happens, that's good. I'm a little groggy yet. I'm still not awake. I don't hear the thunder anymore. Hopefully it didn't dissipate and we don't gonna. I want a storm. It was only 92 degrees here all day. I think that's why I didn't feel that good. I didn't want to do anything out there. I started painting a mask. I'm making a small version of my brother's mask right now. I have to paint it, but I think I'm gonna bring that activity indoors because it just felt sticky, hot, and it was breezy. It was pretty windy today when I was trying to do it. And I'm picking up stuff off the ground, constantly being blown all over the place. I was like, no, I'm done. So I went as far as I did with the mask, and now I'm going to start pretty much over on the mask because I was so ticked off by the time I got done. I mean, I spent 3 or 4 hours out there. Yeah, Pipe Master. That's what I thought you said. I remember you saying that you have to. You want to make sure your bidding ends like on a Sunday. This one's going to end on a Monday, which is not good. Well, it ends at 6:10 p.m., which is in my favor because at least that's right after dinner time or right around dinner time, so people might be on to watch it on a Monday. The worst thing you can do is have your bidding your auction end. I would think like a 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. in the afternoon on a Monday or a Tuesday when everybody's at work. So I want to try and make sure that anytime I launch one of these things, I have to make sure it ends on a weekend, and preferably like at the best time in the evening, probably like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. So from now on, that's what I'll do. Thank you for the heads up, Pipe Master. You the man. And I really want to make sure that we get this bidding get these people starting to bid. They just have to see it. I'm a new guy. I'm an unknown. Nobody's seen my work. Crusher, you're about to see my work. Pipe Master, whenever you get to my house, you're going to see my work. I'm going to tease you all week. I'm going to keep sending nice little pictures of your mask to you, Pipe Master. I know you're going on vacation. Enjoy your vacation. Michael's going to be creeping on you, man. I hope so, Pipe Master. I don't want to. I'm hoping this bidding starts. I just have to be. I'm an unknown. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows outside of a few people that follow me on here a lot, and I mean, I got a lot of views on my videos. Not a ton though. I mean, I think I'm averaging like 100 views on my videos. I mean, there's a couple videos that I've done that have like 4,000 people that seen the video, 5,000, something like that. On my YouTube channel, I mean. There's quite a few. It just takes a lot of time, and they say with creating your YouTube channel takes a long time to really develop. It can take anywhere from 3 to 4 years to really develop your YouTube channel. It doesn't happen overnight. Most times it's like 3 years, and all of a sudden you'll start hitting these big numbers and stuff, and people will start really following you. But then it's the content that I'm sharing. I'm not really doing much more than mask making, and I bet he is. What did I just say? I bet he is. I I appreciate that, Bo Norton. You guys are, and you guys are collectors, so you really know what you're looking at. That's what I appreciate more than anything else. You guys know what you're seeing. You know the difference between a good mask and a bad mask. Um, God, I wish you guys could actually, see this mask like in your hands. That's the one thing that pictures and videos don't really give you the full effect. Really doesn't. Pipe Master, you're going to see that when you get here. You're going to be like, holy shit, I can tell. I can just tell. And I can't wait till Crusher. Crusher gets his on Friday. I already sent it off. It's on its way to Crusher. Crusher's going to be, he's doing jumping jacks. I know he's anxious to get his mask. And he told me he's going to do a box opening for us. Hopefully he can pull that off. I hope so, because I will probably share that on YouTube. I want to get his permission first, though. So Crusher, you have to give me permission to do that. Your unboxing of that, because I really want to see your face, man. When you see that thing, when you pull that out of the box and out of the packaging that I put in there. Yes, that's right. That Michael Myers mask is going to be creeping on you the whole time you're in. And Crusher sent me some really cool um, like effects on the. Now I was told, Crusher, that it's not really good, and it's come from multiple people. It's not really good to use any kind of effects on your photos when you're listing on eBay. I love that photo. If you look on the eBay, you'll notice that photo is no longer there. I do love the photos, though. I want you to know I love the photos because they are cool looking. But they frown upon, like collectors frown upon, seeing anything with effects on no filtering. You can't put any filtering on your photos when you put it on eBay. Although the ones you sent, man, wow. I mean, they were really cool because it brought out the features naturally. Because all you did was shadow everything. You made it all, pop. It wasn't like it's not there. It's there. It just has to be under the right lighting and right conditions. So the features are really there in this mask. You really will. Whoever gets this mask, they're really going to love this mask. And I like to try to make my mask fairly thick, not too thick. Can't be too thick. Because it's a smaller mask and we don't want it to shrink more than 25 inches, that's for sure. So I try this is about a 25.5 inch mask, but it's pretty snug on me. I got a pretty big head. So yeah, so this is where we're at. I'm hoping Michael is going to be creeping on me while I'm on vacation. Definitely he will be. And I can't wait till you get that. Pipe Master, I can't wait for you to just come and get your mask. I think you're going to love this mask. You're going to be so happy. And each one of you guys, Crusher got a mask, and Pipe Master got a mask. Pipe Master is local. I mean, he's local compared to all you other guys. And he's driving distance from me, so Crusher's going to come down. I don't have to ship it off, or Crusher. Pipe Master's going to come get his mask personally, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see his face. I want to see everybody's face that gets one of these. I really do, because I think that they're going to instantly fall in love with this mask. It's that nice. It's really that good. Um, I know I don't get overly excited about it because I guess I'm nervous a little bit, guys, because this is it. This is going to tell the tale. Is this a good mask or is it not a bit? I got 7 days to figure it out. But honestly, like it's funny. You have to remember I'm an unknown, so people don't really know me yet. Don't know of my mask. It's going to take some time for people to see this. Pipe Master, were you able to upload anything to um, michaelmyers.net yet? I don't know. Maybe I should do that. You know what I need? I need somebody that's thin, that's average height, to dress up completely like Michael Myers and really put together some nice pictures of, like, maybe we'll duplicate scenes in the movie or something, that in any of the movies, and really take these pictures of this mask with the full outfit and replicate scenes from the movies and put it on the website, and not just a mask. The mask itself is it's cool, but I think if we can replicate the entire feel, I really want to shoot videos on with. I was thinking about doing YouTube movies. Uh, I'll basically just direct. Uh, I know enough about it. I'm comfortable with directing. Um, I'm an effects guy too. Uh, I know the one thing that saves me about directing a Michael Myers, it's all about action, what he does, how he does it. It's not, he doesn't have any dialogue. So other than, or that's his dialogue, guys. Little grunts here and there once in a while. Um, and some breathing, so there's not much direction there that I need to do. It's just mainly making sure that he walks right. He, his motions have to be right. And it also depends on like what movie you're doing. Like, you got Halloween 178. He was more fast paced and he was more human. And then you have Halloween 2, where he's been shot 6, 7 times, actually 7 times. Uh, he was shot 7 times, stuck in the throat with a needle, stabbed in the eye with a knife. What else happened to him? Fell off the balcony. You know, normal person's usually dead by then. So yeah. So Halloween 1981. Horror collectibles, you're absolutely right. It is a hard business, but if you have a nice mask, um, it will it'll get you into that door. I think that this is a really nice mask. I'm not blowing my own horn, but I tell you, I don't know. It's just this is what I feel is like the ultimate Michael Myers for me, because it has the attitude. Now, there's little things that aren't perfectly to the original mask or any other mask. Purposely, I did that on purpose. Everything I did to this mask, the way it looks, is on purpose. Um, Once I figured out human anatomy on how things had to fit and the way it needed to look, like let me explain. Hold on. Let me just move this chair forward. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm putting the phone down a second. I can move in a little bit and I can give you my analogies of this mask. Okay. Now I've corrected this on the sculpture right now, only because I want little changes even to the 2018 that I'm starting to sculpt out of this guy right now. I haven't started the 2018. I'm still fixing all the things that got damaged when I demolded this. But once that's back up to where it needs to be, then I made slight changes to the eyebrows. I made slight changes. Now, okay, let's explain. What was my first thing I wanted? Once I got the sculpture, what I had to learn in anatomy is you had to make sure that these scales and the overhang of this eye had to literally be overhung back here underneath. So I had to make sure that this area here underneath the eyes was a lot deeper than what I was doing originally in the first masks. These are deeper. These are deeper. The scowl has a natural, just like human flesh does, it falls onto your face over time. Gravity kind of takes over. You see how like there's just a little bit of hint of color there, darkened. But that's because the scowl here is coming down onto the bridge of the nose, and you have that natural look. The cheek, the check line, cheek, that cheek doesn't just end right there. It also, and that's not, that's a dent in the cheek right here. It goes up and almost identical to this on this side. This check mark comes down a little bit further. Down here, you see this, there's all these little things, but mainly the eye cuts and eyebrows. I tried to replicate Halloween 4 and 5 poster art. Not completely replicate, all right? And then the bump outs right here. You see these little things right on the eye cuts right here, like right above, like right in this area. It's just below the scowl, so you have a little bit of darkening in here, shading in here, but that's only because of the shape of the mask. And right here this is the only thing I made look like the flashback. Right in here, all right? That has the flashback. The eye cuts are basically a hint of the poster art 4 and 5. And then the eyebrows are 4 and 5 poster art. Let me see. Halloween 1. I wanted the lips to have a combination of the original Halloween 2 and the Captain Kirk mask. My lips aren't real wide. They could go a little wider, and I might do that to the sculpture, make them just a tad bit wider. In other words, I'm going to probably bring the cut of the lip just where this little bump is here, just a little bit further over, and this one here just a little bit further over, but not much. Barely noticeable unless I point it out to you. Yeah, I wanted that deformed lip a little bit from Halloween 2. Not so much Halloween 2. Halloween 1 and 2, it's the same mask, so it was there. But if you look at the Shatner Captain Kirk mask, it really doesn't look like this. It wasn't until somebody wore it that deformed it. And that's what made it look deformed, and that's what gave it because Nick Castle had a long face. When he wore the mask, it stretched it, elongated the mask more, and it made the lips more narrow. All right. Dick Warlock, when he wore it, it literally spread the mask out, made the eye cuts a lot smaller, but spread further over. Then you also had your mouth look wider. It just looked wider. Everything looked wider. He had a shorter head. But yet a very wide head at the top. So it changed the way of this. So that's a combination of both Nick Castle and Dick Warlock. This mask is a combination of both. because I wanted my mask to look original. I didn't want it to be something that was done a million times. You know, you can buy a Dick Warlock. You know, you can get the Warlock mask. It looks close to the actual. Well, I'll give you for instance now, like the eye. Oh, that's even better. All right, now this is looking kind of dead on to it. The change I made on the new sculpture is this runs a little bit more flat going across. It goes a little bit more flat, not as arched up. All right, on this side. And what I did was I added just a little bit of clay down on the bottom of this thing. And I took away a lot of clay at the top right here. So it literally runs flat, but this part here stayed the same in the same location. This just changed a little bit. This side, all right, I'm still working on this side a little bit. I narrowed it right in here underneath, and then I'm going to fan it out so it's, you know, it's like the original mask, all right. But this I dropped down further on the new this part here. The edge of that comes down to about here, all right, because in the movie mask, screen mask, this is about here. The top of this eyebrow on the left is higher than the top of the eyebrow is on the right. There's all these little tiny details. I know I'm overkilling trying to explain how this is done, but they're the important things. They really are. They're really important. The way the eye cut is, you know, it drops down and then it has this little dip, like this little tiny little curvature in, just a little bit, and then kind of drops down, just nice swoop. Then you have this cut in here. Now in the sculpture, this looks like really, like it's like it. This area is going to be really messed up. It would look really screwy looking. But as soon as you cut it out, hold on. If you did a complete flashback mask. Yeah, it's because nobody's doing the flashback mask. And I'm ordering another armature in the next probably couple of weeks. And I'm probably going to order another 25 pounds of monster clay. And maybe I will sculpt the actual flashback mask, you know, but there's got to be people already on it. My luck is I'll spend a year and a half on that, and all of a sudden somebody will come out with one. Well, it's like Nick did, Nick Mulpagano. You know, you guys are hinting to me, you're saying this looks a lot like the flashback mask. Well, originally it was going to be the flashback mask. Kind of. I still wanted my own little twist to it. But then Nick saw the mask. He saw my mask and he said, look, I'm doing this mask. And he kind of gave me he didn't say it in so many words, but he was just letting me know that he was working on that 13 mask. And he said, look, I'm going to send you some pictures of it. Because I think I've mentioned that I'm not trying to replicate anybody's work. I'm not trying. I'm trying to make it my own version. I don't want it to look like anybody's work. Even like I've had people say that it looks a lot like the Ken Hurtland mask. A couple people have said that. There's a lot to this mask. There's man, it's just, oh my God. To make it original, you can't take it too far away from what it's supposed to look like. You know, you still want the main look of what Michael Myers really is. You know, and to me this screams Michael Myers, this mask. But there's little things that make this mask a Night Creeper 78 over anybody else's mask. This is on its own. You know, I've seen a lot of masks that look very close in, reference. They look very close to each other, but that's because everybody's trying to duplicate the their favorite mask. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to show you what my favorite shot. Oops, too far. And this is what I've done. How can I do this so it's closer? Oops, not that. Unless, nope, can't do that either. All right, so these are, you can see the similarities, but you can see the differences. Take note, the eyebrow here on the left. See how this is a little higher? See how flattened this is? This is actually a screen used mask. This is actually from Halloween. That's actually I believe Nick Castle was wearing that. That was Nick Castle wearing that mask. The 13 mask that Nick Malpagano did is so close to this. It is so close. I'd hate to split the hairs to see that, to show you the differences. But I wanted my mask to look a little smoother. I didn't want it to look real tatted up, and I wasn't trying to make a Halloween 2. I wanted a Halloween 1, and I can convert it to a Halloween 2, make it look like it could be this, all right? And how you do that is you make a very small version of this, and you put foam padding on the sides inside the mask, and then stretch this mask out as long as the eye cuts are very close or similar. So there are some differences, and I know the differences. I know exactly what I did and did on purpose and what I didn't do. Now, as far as, now there's more shadowing underneath of here. That's all that is. But if you look at mine, it has that check in there, the double check. See, the double check is here. The double check is there. There is a dentation that you can't really see. It's washed out in the light. But mine you can see right in here. But it's just a light, very light, it's sculpted in there. It's actually in there. The nose is a little bit slanted. It's like in this direction here. All right. Mine's a little straighter. It has a little bit of a slant, not much. There's these little tiny things that I did to this mask. Okay, wait a minute. Collectors don't want to hear. It was a bunch of details from different masks as well. Well, yeah, maybe that's true. I don't know. Pipe Master, I don't know how. You know this world. I don't really know this world too well as far as collectors go. I don't know what they really. I just know what I was aiming to do with my mask. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. The ears were completely different on mine than on the original. Yeah, I have to say this is my favorite one, but Nick Malpagano kind of pretty much did this mask. So why do it? Why do it? I mean, when something's nice and it's done already, why bother? All you're doing is bringing down. You're cheapening it. You're cheapening it because if there's more people replicating this mask to a T, and there's not very many people that can do it, but if you can and you replicate this and say there's 4 or 5 people that are making this mask to a T, it hurts them. It hurts everyone. So my thought is leave Nick have his mask. I'll do mine. Now I did when I changed the eyebrows. I wanted my eyebrows because I really want my eyebrows to look like this. This is what I'm after. I like that flat look going across on this eyebrow. It's a little bit lower to the eye cut compared to this one here. Now, mind you, the reason why this looks a little high too is because of the angle of the picture that I took. It's down a little bit and you're kind of looking upward towards the mask, so it looks a little bit high. If you look at the other photos, like, let me see, let me click on another photo. It doesn't look that high. Yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of got that, yeah, you can still see it. It's got a nice look. You guys swear by it. I get it. But maybe I shouldn't point out those, like you said, Pipe Master. Maybe I shouldn't point out all the little details of what I've been doing and how I've been doing it. But when somebody says to me, I think why I say this and why I'm bringing this to your attention is because when people say to you, well, why didn't you make it look just like this, or why didn't you make it just look like that? It's because I'm trying to make my original mask. I'm trying to make it my version of the mask. So these are one of my pictures that I used. You know, I did the lip kind of like this, only this lip's a little bit, you know, it's fatter. It looks fatter. Mine's a little bit more narrow. You know, width-wise this way. It's a little bit more narrow than this. I know the difference. I know I did it on purpose. I wasn't like not trying to. I could duplicate this. I know I can. I know I can duplicate this mask. I don't doubt that at all. But when I saw Nick, and he was good enough to share his pictures with me way before he actually had the mask in production. Yeah, no, it is. No, it's, believe me, it stands on its own. It has its own look. It's not this, but it has its look. It earns its, you know, it's going to earn its keep. You know, it's got its own look. I'm an artist. I can point out all the differences. I can point out every difference to this mask. I can show you something here that most people wouldn't, you know, recognize when they look at. All right, let's look at this cheek, this check mark cheek here. All right, see my mouse? Let's look at this one and look at this one. And I can tell you there's a difference here that most people don't catch. And I'll show you that difference, and it's done on purpose. Oh, I can't actually zoom in on that picture. Okay. All right. Right in here, it starts out, and there's a little bit of a bump out this way. It bumps out just a little bit right in here. It's just so slight, just a little bump right there. You can see it where it lightens up right in this area, and then it tucks back in and around. Mine is pretty much just straight down, straight across, and it's checked down there. I see those differences. I know exactly what I would have to do to change that, but I don't want to replicate Nick's work. I mean, although this is the original mask, I just want mine to be original on its own. I want people to want this mask because, wow, they think it's cool looking, and nobody has one like it out there. So maybe the next mask I make, no, we're going to do the flashback. We're going to do the flash. You know what, Pipe Master, you're right. Nobody's doing the flashback mask. I think there was one guy out there that did one. I think there was one guy out there that did one. I don't know. I don't know for sure. The other thing too is I don't like about this is I don't like the bubbles. I don't like the bubbles in the corner here. And you really can't see the, like the, you can't see the, like this side. On mine, you can. You can't see like, the bubbles are a bubble is in here. I did not put bubbles. I didn't put all those pimples all over it. I don't know, just didn't. Maybe that's really it's actually in the original mask. That's not what I'm aiming to do though. Like I said, it's sticking to my guns with it. I can put multiple bubbles in there if I want, but see now I'm going towards the 2018 now. I'm not remolding this. I'm not going to make this into a original mask. I'm going to actually mold this into the 2018 with the eyebrows like this now. The eyebrows will be like this on the new sculpture, only it's going to be made to look like the 2018. It's going to be aged into the 2018. And the eye cuts will stay the same. The eyebrows will be like this. And it'll be the 2018. Aged, cracked up, that kind of look. So it'll have all the little features. Okay, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me, and help me, please. Yeah, believe me, I spent a lot of time. Uh, Bo Norton, I spent a lot of time sculpting this mask. 2 years in the making, actually. By the time if you calculate all the retooling and everything I did to it, 2 years. 2 years and a few months to get it to where it is. So, I started this March. Was it 2019? When did COVID hit? It was in March. That's when everything started being shut down. It was in March of 2018, 2019. It was 2019, I think. March of 2019, or it might have been March of 2020. I forget. Anyway, that's when I started this mask business. It wasn't exactly March because I had to start. I had to get all the stuff and order the stuff. But I ordered everything, and within a month or two from the time COVID started. Whenever COVID started, and I remember it starting in March. That's when COVID actually started shutting building. Everybody was getting shut down and everything, including the restaurant that I was working at. So when that happened, that's when I thought, okay, my business is dead. I got to do something. So I said, I'm going to go back into my art. And when I did, I thought, okay, if I'm going to do some kind of art, I need to make something that I can sell, tangible. Paintings don't work. You got to be dead to sell your paintings. I've got a friend of mine who's a great painter. I mean, he's really good too, not just no slouch, really good painter. But he couldn't make any money at all painting because a million people were painting. Not everybody can sculpt. Not everybody can make masks. And I thought, okay, well, let's tackle this thing. My approach was, okay, let's do two things here. Let's make masks and build a YouTube channel. And maybe at some point your YouTube channel starts making you a little bit of money by the time you hit retirement. I'm 60. I'm retiring at 62. And I'm never going to completely retire, but I'm going to retire to where I'm going to stay home and make masks. That's what I plan on doing. And other projects, other little things I want to do. So that's my plan. Hopefully I can pull this off. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully this mask making business. And I've been told ahead of time that you can't make a fortune on these masks. You can't make a fortune on these Michael Myers masks. They're copyrighted, so you're really limited to how many you can sell. Some of them I give away. It's one hand. Just you really got to be careful. I can't mask produce this mask. There's no way. One, I'm a one man operation, so I can never do that anyway. But um, there's only a limited amount of these masks I'll be selling per year anyway, so I'm not going to go crazy. Um, I'm only going to do what I can handle, and I'm rattling on and talking to you guys, and you guys are still with. But Horton, that's exactly my thought. But I do love. I love these eyebrows. Always have in this particular mask. And there's something about the flattening out of that eyebrow that just gives him this weird, just a wild, creepy look on that original mask. And I've always wanted to do it. The only reason I changed these eyebrows was because of Nick and, him. But now that he's got that mask in production and doing well with it, now I can kind of, okay, now I'm going to put this back the way I wanted it originally. This mask would have looked a lot like this. Not completely, because I wasn't going to do this. I was still sticking with my lip and the way that I did the cheeks. Everything else that you see here from the eyes down would have been the way it is. This part up, from here up, would have been on this mask. From there up would have been exactly like this on this mask. Now, this Halloween 1 version that I did, it's done. It's molded. I'm not changing. I'm going to continue to sell these the way this is. I'm not going to redoctor that. It's going to stay the way it is. But the 2018 H40 mask, all I'm doing is taking this current sculpture that I have, making it a little bit like this at the eyebrows, and then I'm aging it to look like the 2018. And that's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to mold that. Then I'll have the H40 mask. I'm going to keep the eyebrows the way I want them right here. And then I'm doing a kills mask. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow I will be definitely on to start sculpting on this guy. I've got to get him sculpted. I got to get that 2018 done. Perfect timing. And horror collectibles, 1991. Perfect timing. Perfect timing, man. What did I do? What was perfect timing? I'm curious. Horror Productions. Mike's Horror Productions. Perfect timing. What did you say? What did I say? Yeah, Pipe Master. I think I might tackle the flashback mask. I really do. I think I'm going to go after doing the exact. And I've got a love. I'll tell you one of my favorite pictures. Let me show it to you. Flashback mask. See, I have a ton of beautiful pictures of the flashback mask. Let me get to them. Now, these are all still shots from the screenshots, but you can't really see enough of the detail. Oh, let me read that. Oh, ain't that cool? All right, so that's cool. I'm going to do a flashback mask. Pipe Master insisted I do a flashback mask. Now, some of these shots are from the Halloween exclusive from the Blu-ray. I got the Blu-ray of Halloween Kills, and there was an extra. Let Let me see. Yeah, here you go. And these are all the different light angles and everything that I have. Like they had a light go around this mask. This is the actual screen used mask right here. And you'll see the lighting on the mask change as it goes around it. So I can really see all the features of this mask. I can replicate this mask to a T. I know I can. I know I can. I still don't like the eye cuts, like my eye cuts. I don't. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Let's zoom in. Oh, wait a minute. I got to open it. Wow. Yep, the frogs are out, so guess what? That means... All right, so this is the screen-used mask in Halloween Kills. Flashback mask. And you see what I'm talking about? The bulge outs here and on the eye cuts right here. See them bulges? All right, that's in the flashback. That's in... Let me cut this picture off. Bulge is there, but it's not as prominent as that bulge is in that mask. All right. Now, the one thing I can tell you this, there's a big difference in the way this eye cut is compared to that eye cut. I don't like this eye cut. Not a little bit. I don't like it. I don't like this eye cut. It's reversed of what this does. The original has this drop down like right in here. All right, and then it kind of goes up. It's more like it, and the slant of the eye cuts. That slant is like this. If you go from this point to that point, there's a slant. There's an angle. Same with here, from this point to where the overhang. I don't know what they call that. Well, from this point to this point, there's a slant, slant, slant. Look at these eye cuts. There's a little slant, but not much. It looks like it's almost straight across. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Now, I love the mouth part. Now, my mouth is almost like that, but not quite. This lip isn't that high up here. These are very narrow. And this looks more like the Captain Kirk. The actual Captain Kirk mask. You know, the William Shatner flesh tone Captain Kirk, 75 Kirk. That's what those lips look like. There's a little bit of a bulge here. There is a little pimple right in here. He put one little bubble in there. You see it? You know, a little tiny bubble, and that's what I kind of did on mine. I put a little tiny bubble right in there. It's not really showing up too good on there, but it's there. But I'm thinking, I don't need to do that. But maybe I will tackle this. I don't know. The flashback looked great in the film itself. And it makes me question whether, because they're trying to say that this is the mask, all right? But let me show you. All right, so now there's a really good shot of it. Let me show you this. Yeah, maybe it was. This to me, let me make sure this is the right. See, now this is the screen used mask right here. These pictures that I'm showing you here, let me show you. I'll get the front shot. See, I don't get it. I don't get, see, look at the eye cuts. This is the screen used mask. I don't think that other shot that they gave me there was a screen used mask, because this is a replication. Look how close my eye cut is to that. You see my eye cuts now? You see how close they are? Now this one here slopes a little bit more. It's not straight across like this. This comes up on the top. You see the little, all right, this comes across the top like this and then drops down. Like there's a little bit of a sudden drop off. But it is aligned with the bulge in the mask. That drop off is aligned with that bulge. So I know what it is that's causing that drop off. All right. But my eye cuts have the same thing. The bulge is right here and it comes in right where it starts to drop off. And how you can tell is when you, and the slants are right. See the slant from up top here to that corner? Same with down here. See this? Up top, straight down. It's the exact same slant. It really is. This, oops. What happened to that mask? Oh, I thought I had it up there. All right. All right, let's do this picture here. And then change this picture to this. Come on. Now look, guys. Now, the angle of the picture is different. This is shot down and up. This is shot down. So I'm sure if I had this at the right angle, it would almost look identical to this picture. Almost identical. See what I'm talking about? The undercuts and everything, and the shadowing into the crevice of the nose. Everything's identical to this actual screen used flashback mask. Almost. You know, it's not quite perfect. But I know I can replicate that because I know the differences. I know what I'm seeing. Now, now who is it that's watching that's getting ready to sit down and sculpt a mask? Yeah, Frank Hawkins. And you start up a stream about making a Myers mask the minute I sit down to make one. Awesome. I hope this helps you out. I hope I'm helping you here with what I'm looking at and the details that have to be. Here's my mask. Here's the, I wish I could get, I need to get a picture of my mask at that exact same angle just to see what it looks like in comparison. Damn, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna. So when you see this picture, my eye level, if you were standing like literally 3 feet from this guy, my eye level, the way they took the shot was my camera is about down here where his neck is. All right. And I'm looking upward a little bit. I can tell by the angle. You know, when you're a sculptor, you really pay attention to the smallest details on the right angles of the pictures, how they're being taken. You have to pay attention to those details. You know, what you see there, you also have to calculate the angle of the picture that it's being taken from. So that the angle is more or less from, down around here and looking upward at this guy. This picture, I'm literally looking straight down at it, that the picture's being taken at this angle, where this one's being taken at this angle. So, um, these are things that, you have to look at because all we have is photographs. We don't really have like the mask in front of us. If I had the mask in front of me, forget about it. I could make it to a T, but then I would feel like it's cheating. And there's a part of me that says, you got a mask right in front of you. Like I have the 2018 mask, the Trick or Treat Studios. I refuse to replicate that to a T. I'm not going to replicate that at all because I know how easy it would be for me to duplicate the mask, without, I might even get accused of actually copying the mask, so I don't want that. But these are the things that you have to pay attention to and you notice like the cheek is so subtle in here, you can't even see it. You can't even see the so subtle where the features are here in the mask. There's just all these little things that I can do where this mask everything is so subtle. I know I can replicate this. Yeah, let me see. I can show you. Okay, here's a good shot. This will give you an idea. And then once again, my camera angle is down around right about where the red line is, just a little bit above it, right here. In other words, if I was taking this picture of Michael Myers, right here, the flashback mask, my camera would be down around his neck looking upward to get this shot. I'm looking up at him. All right. But what I wanted to point out, remember I was talking about those little bump outs on the sides? All right. And remember how it looks like it's dropping off? Well, that's because that bump out falls right where that drop off is when you're looking at the mask dead on. When you're looking at the mask dead on, it looks like it's been cut. It's not sloped down like this one here, like my mask looks almost identical to the eye cut here. See it? Almost identical, not quite. All right, we need to. I'm just trying to make the size the same size. All right, hold on. I can scan this over. But you can see the angle difference there. Now when you've got two pictures together like that, you can see that the pictures are definitely taken at two different angles. All right, so remember that when you're looking at photos and how you're taking your pictures. Mike's Horror Productions, 1991. When you're looking at pictures, always pay attention to where that camera is looking at that mask. It'll give you the hints of how the mask is really made, what it really looks like, if you know the angle of that picture. All right, so with that being going forward, I'm spending a lot of time on, I guess, nonsense, but it's interesting. These are just learning tricks that I use. Not tricks. I know what I see. I know what I look at when I see it. I know how to replicate things. All right, here, I'll give you another for example here. All right, on the flashback mask. Positioning of eyebrows. All right. Now, let me go back to the dead-on shot that I had. Bring it up about where that is. I can't shrink again. This will be the last picture I mess with. All right, perfect. All right, positioning of eyebrows. All right, these are almost identical in size. All right, now on this mask, let me do this real quick. Hold on. Because the angle is down low and looking up at the mask, in other words, this guy's probably like, let's say he's 6 foot tall and you would be 5'2" taking this picture. All right, looking upward at the mask. That makes the eyebrows look like they're arched and high. All right, if you were above him and looking downward onto that mask, it would look like it was downward. It wouldn't look. It changes the way the eyebrow looks. Every time you change the angle, and that's what makes this mask so difficult to do. It all depends on how it's photographed and how it's seen. You know, between the lighting, positioning. I truly think that when they made that movie, man, John Carpenter knew how to pull out the best in that mask by positioning, the lighting, and the angles. The way he showed that mask in Halloween 1 and in 2. Now, John Carpenter didn't do 2. He ended up fixing 2 in the end because he had to re-edit a lot of stuff that Rosenthal was the director. Rick Rosenthal in Halloween 2. So he had to do a lot of the, he had to go in and fix what Rick Rosenthal, I guess, didn't really do well. I don't know what he did, but that movie, if you watch that movie, all right, the majority of the time, Halloween 2, 1981, the camera angle was always looking upward at the mask. It was rarely ever looking downward. It's really weird, except for a few scenes, and that's what gave you that iconic pictures that we have. You know, and that was more behind the scenes that you saw the actual look of the mask. Let me see it. Like this picture here. Iconic behind the scenes picture of Halloween 2. This is Dick Warlock wearing the mask. Now it's pixelated a little bit. That's Dick Warlock. But once again, because the angle is a little low, see his neckline, you can see this all here is chest and neck. It's because you're looking upward at this mask once again. Instead of looking really flat and down, you can see that it's a little bit of a pitch upward. But that's just because you changed the way you're looking at this. I'm rattling on about a lot of this stuff, and I think I have to but you guys are artists. You know, the few of you are out there. I'm just trying to give you little hints of what I look at when I see a picture, how I come up with how I'm going to do the mask. You know, I almost can't explain what I do. It's just a matter of looking and really observing the pictures really well. You have to always remember the camera angle. You know, where was that camera positioned when it was taking the shot? Was it looking up? Was it looking up at the mask? Was it looking down? Was it across, to the right, to the left, and so on and so forth. You just have to really pay attention to where the camera angle was on the mask. And these camera angles were pretty similar, believe it or not, um, on that particular shot. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. I got 5 people on now, and I want to see what you got. All right. So if that helps you guys out, especially Horror Productions, Mike's 91. If that helps you, great, man, because that's what I'm here for. Trying to help you guys out. This is not an easy thing to do, and some people don't like sharing all their secrets. That's fine. I don't care because I'm 60 years old. I'm not sharing things that other people, it's like nobody's like hounding me, say, oh man, you shouldn't tell everybody that. You shouldn't tell anybody, Yeah, I'm telling them, because it still depends on how good of an artist you are. I'm not telling you anything that you wouldn't learn over time. You would learn if you start tackling these masks. You'll learn in fairly a decent short time. I mean, it took me 2 years to get to where I'm at now with my mask. It might take you longer. It might take you shorter. It just depends on how good of an artist you are. It really is, and the detail that you pay attention to. If you're doing, like, for instance, painting. Like if you're painting, in color, you're painting sceneries, trees. Well, all we see is colors, different shades of colors. And what brings the colors out is simply light. Light is the key to everything we see. All right. So whether it's a shadow, a cloudy day, where the position of the sun is, on how it hits the leaf or leaves, say it's hitting a tree, and it's all about lighting and shadows. And that's how your color variations differ. And then the trick is now, okay, you know what you see. How do you replicate that? Well, there's where the technique comes in. That's where you learn technique from different people. But if you don't have the eye, chances are you would never be able to do a painting. You have to have an artist eye, and it can be challenging. And not everybody can do it. So when I share my knowledge with you people that are into the arts, I don't feel like I'm cheating or sharing information that's forbidden to share. A lot of people go to school for a lot of things. Well, you know what? Here's how I feel about schooling. I paid for the schooling. If I want to share what I've learned, I'm going to share what I've learned because I paid for that education. Not going to stop me from doing that. So it just goes to show, it's just, maybe it's professional courtesy. I don't know. I don't care. You know what I mean? But what I won't do is if somebody asks me not to share how they've, showed me, like say Nick Mulpagano, I always bring Nick up because he's one of the only guys that really I know that are paying, that I pay attention to that make this mask. But if Nick shared with me something that he's doing that he doesn't want anybody to know about, I wouldn't share that. That's just between me and him. I'm not going to share somebody else's secrets. Not when they've showed me. I'm not going to do that. But when I've learned something on my own and I've paid for the schooling, that's 2 hour areas that, you know, when I have to learn something on my own, I'm going to share it with you guys. When I go for schooling, which I am going to do this winter, going to Stan Winston's school. Not going to the school. I'm going to do the online courses, and I'm going to learn a lot over this coming winter. And when I do, I paid for that schooling. Guess what? I'm sharing it. I'm going to grow this channel doing some cool things this winter. Once I have to get past the Michael Myers things. I got to get all these masks done. And then I can go on to other projects and things that I really want to do. Not to say I want to do, I've always wanted to do a Michael Myers mask. It was always my number one thing that I've always wanted to do. And they always say, don't ever try and do a Michael Myers as your first mask. It's the hardest mask to do. I get it. Now I know why I needed some more lessons in anatomy, because I never did human faces or bodies or any of that. I never did any of that in my entire life. The only thing I ever did was sceneries. And I did a lot of whittling. I did some carving, but it was all animals, and it was sceneries. You know, I did relief carvings into wood, but I never tackled mask making, never touched clay in my life, never worked with clay. And I find clay, oh my God, I love it. You make a mistake, you just take a piece of clay and fix it. You do that on wood, doing a relief carving, you're done. You're ruined. You know, you have to start over again in some cases. So that's why I'm so precise about what I'm trying to do. I make sure that I'm taking 5 steps ahead of time before I even get to the point where I'm starting on the first step. So I'm already thinking 5 steps ahead. So, all right, guys, with everything I've been talking about, yada, 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 we're talking about 117 minutes so far. I think I'm going to say goodnight. Let you know that please go on the eBay, share that for me. You know, try to get this mask known to the collectors. You know, if you can help me out that way, that'd be great. Go to my look for my mask. All you have to do is put in Michael Myers mask, and you'll see my mask on there for sale on. Well, it's up for bidding on eBay, and I would appreciate if all you guys that are. I'm showing you some secrets. Hook me up. Share that with all the collectors that you know. Let them look at the mask. I'm an unknown, so it's probably not going to go real high above where it's at. But word will catch on. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm hoping. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much. Peace, good night, and also, if you're not a member, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, share the content, and thank you so much for sticking with me. Peace. Good night, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read your comment. Okay, I saw that one. Okay. I'm caught up with all the messages. You guys have a good night. Bo Norton, Crusher, Pipe Master, Mike's Horror Productions, 91. Thank you for tuning in or watching. Bo Norton. Let me see who else is on here. Anybody else I didn't say? Just want to make sure I shout out to all you guys. You guys are always on here and you're always supporting me. I want to thank you all. I don't want to miss anybody. Crusher. Okay, I think I got everybody. Horror Collectibles. Thank you so much. And let me look up that one site. Oh, no, you sent it to me. Okay, cool. I'll have to learn how to do the Instagram. As a matter of fact, I'll probably go home. I'll probably go out in my living room and relax and watch TV and do the Instagram videos on how to. Anyway, peace, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. And I'll keep teaching you as much as I can learn myself. I'll keep giving you the info. So have a good one. And I'm so sorry I'm lethargic. I'm getting tired. I'm talking too much. I need some water. All right, peace. Good night.